Bay or Betelgeuse is a red massive famous person. In case you put it where the sun is, it might enlarge out to the orbit of Jupiter. It is big, very volatile, and about to explode. Could Betelgeuse in all likelihood explode at any second? Big name Betelgeuse is both intriguing and enigmatic. This red massive superstar within the Orion constellation displayed bizarre behavior, while it got fainter in overdue 2019 and early 2020 than it had ever been in over a century of statistics. It in short became almost as weak as Bellatrix, Orion's third brightest famous person. The extraordinary dimming turned into the name given to this incidence, but Betelgeuse has because regained its brightness, turning into the brightest big name in Orion for some days this 12 months, brighter than ever before. Speculation approximately its approaching destruction within the shape of an explosion has arisen because of those incidents. However, is there any proof for this principle? Will the purple massive megastar Betelgeuse explode during our lifetime? What effect would such an explosion have on Earthlings like us? Be a part of us as we explore the drawing close explosion of the Betelgeuse supernova and the caution from Brian Cox. Brian Cox cautions that due to the fact people can also be the sole sentient species in our galaxy, wiping out our civilization would have catastrophic outcomes on the complete galaxy. Cox delves into the Goldilocks idea inside the universe, positing that precise occasions over billions of years made Earth just proper for significant life to emerge. Despite the fact that the star on the middle of our solar system has now not undergone huge trade in nearly 4 billion years, scientists estimate that it is about midway through its existence cycle presently. It transforms 4 million heaps of count number into electricity via fusing 600 million tons of hydrogen into helium each second. This warm plasma sphere is the primary strength source for life on this planet. But scientists are expecting it will evaporate in approximately 5 billion years, inflicting a big alteration to the universe. Furthermore, Cox disclosed how this will in all likelihood play out in the BBC's Wonders of the Universe series. You might consider the universe as static, but stars are merely a passing aspect of the sky. Notwithstanding shining brightly for thousands and thousands or even billions of years, their lifespan is limited by way of their capability to attain hydrogen. A star like our Sun begins to die while its hydrogen runs out. However, it does not bypass away peacefully. The Sun won't simply vanish into thin air whilst its existence ends. Its outer layers will extend when its fuel runs low, due to the fact its center will fall apart and bring greater warmness. However, Cox's caution that the results of the solar's adjustments will be felt by way of Earth some distance quicker. He endured by pronouncing this may have a disastrous impact on our delicate planet. In approximately 1 billion years, there can be one very last best day in the world because the planet receives warmer. However, sooner or later, all lifestyles can be unable to live to tell the tale. The Sun may have extended to the factor where it fills the whole horizon. Long in the end, human existence has vanished. Its very last stage of development will see it become a red giant. However, the Sun will keep evolving long after humanity has vanished. Our global may not make it this far. But if it does, all to be able to be left to look our star's final death gasps. A charred and desolate rock. Our Sun will burst in 6 billion years, freeing giant volumes of fuel and dust into space to create a large nebula. It will likely be a barely lit ember at its center, a fragment of its modern-day brightness and quantity, making it smaller than the Earth. Our Sun may have was a white dwarf. Although this method would make lifestyles in the world impossible, NASA's New Horizons mission chief investigator, medical Dr. Alan Stern, previously disclosed that it'd additionally create livable worlds within the coldest regions of area. Dr. Stern thinks that any remaining people may be able to find safety on Pluto and other some distance off dwarf planets inside the Kuiper Belt, a place of icy space items beyond Neptune. These worlds' environments will substantially adjust while the Sun expands, turning into delayed gratification livable worlds. Most of the time, stars exist in fantastic balance, gleaming with the equal brilliance each 12 months. However, there are certain exceptions. Some stars, recognized as variable stars, have brightness variations. The maximum regularly called is Maya, regularly called the superstar of Marvel. Recognized in 1996 through German priest David Fabricius as a variable superstar, Maya is a pulsing celebrity that periodically expands and contracts. Another example is Alol, which stories periodic eclipses from a companion megastar. Approximately 30% of those variable stars are visible to the eye, although it takes ability to parent their versions in brightness. You already recognize Betelgeuse, even in case you do not know the time period. It is one of the brightest stars visible inside the night sky, forming a sturdy shoulder of the constellation Orion. Betelgeuse is a red large, so huge that it could easily swallow up Earth, Mercury, Venus, Mars, and maybe even Jupiter if it had been positioned on the center of our solar system. Its distance from us is super, but we will still study it due to its size and brightness. About 400 light-years, in keeping with the maximum accurate calculations, although that range may be in the direction of 600. The brightest of the variable stars is Betelgeuse, the fifth brightest celebrity in the sky, excluding the Sun. Betelgeuse varies in brightness every now and then, accomplishing almost the equal brightness as Rigel, the constellation's fourth brightest blue big name. Pulsations, though not as strong or normal as the ones of Maya, create the fluctuation. On event, a celebrity might also momentarily grow to be relatively shiny. Supernovae are the brightest and rarest of these. They're created whilst a celeb explodes violently, finishing its existence. It's miles possible for supernovae to be vibrant enough to be seen during the day, although this has simplest seldom came about within the last 1,000 years. Astronomers dream of seeing a nearby remarkable supernova, and prevalence that very few people will ever witness. We are hopeful beings. The big name has always been a capability explosive tool. Since the beginning of astronomy, astronomers have referred to Betelgeuse due to the fact it's so shiny and simple to discover. As a result, we've got a good deal of know-how about it, which include the reality that it's miles young, much less than 10 million years vintage, as against the Sun's 4.6 billion years or more. We also realize that giant purple giants like Betelgeuse have brief lives because they burn via their fuel supply quickly. Consequently, although this awesome creature is still a toddler in the grand scheme of factors, it will quickly bypass away in a magnificent style. A fact to imply that a celeb will burn out any day now definitely means that it can exist for much longer than a human lifetime. In spite of everything, in a global in which 10 million years is only a blip, the next day is 100,000 years. When you deal with cosmic time, the whole lot is relative. However, scientists have long referred to that Betelgeuse's grand finale would possibly arise. At any time, stars which are numerous times as big as our Sun have the ability to collapse under their weight and die when their gasoline delivery of hydrogen and helium runs out. They begin to accumulate heavier elements of their cores, main to their implosion and ever higher temperatures and densities. The superstar is ultimately compelled by means of the reaction to spit its outer layers into area. Some are expecting that when Betelgeuse eventually blows up, it is going to be so brilliant that it will resemble a second moon in the nighttime sky. Betelgeuse is a variable famous person. But in 2021, there has been a big dimming. In fact, it had darkened by way of almost 60% in some months. Finally, it turned into determined that a cloud was accountable for this. Stars like Betelgeuse are constantly liberating dirt and gasoline. Half of the big name became obscured by means of a mass of gasoline inside the wind. The scale of the famous person itself, indeed, pics of the megastar found out that its southernmost element became absent. Some stars regarded to have weather consisting of Betelgeuse. It is now 50% brighter than standard, but we still don't know what caused the abrupt brightening. However, it would not appear viable that a supernova is ready to arise. These stars' instances are the source of a terrific explosion. Contrarily, fluctuations in brightness are a floor phenomenon. The terrific brightness can be the result of the same dust cloud that was liable for the star's dimming, reflecting mild again toward us. However, astronomers are extremely joyful due to the fact we can't be certain. Betelgeuse is a celebrity that is 15 to 20 times as large because the Sun and stars with this type of mass are expected to explode in a splendid explosion known as a supernova. Due to the fact Betelgeuse is a top-notch massive, its shade shows that its existence is sort of over. But in the interim, it would nevertheless be 1 million years off. For astronomers, over 10 million years is a completely quick time. But for all and sundry else, it's a completely long time. This is the case with stars like Betelgeuse. New fashions were run, notwithstanding this, with a few speculating that a supernova would occur in some thousand years, and others putting it at 15 million years from now. The region close to Betelgeuse is full of mystery. Its genuine mass is unknown to us, and its distance is likewise up for debate. It is suggested that the megastar lately fused with a smaller companion, which might account for its quicker than expected rotation. Massive stars normally do. As a substitute than red Mars, some ancient manuscripts compare the superstar to a yellowish Saturn. Because the star's shade changed, that would imply rapid evolution, raising the opportunity of a supernova going on faster instead of later. What would Betelgeuse's supernova seem like if it befell? Around for 100 miles separate Betelgeuse from Earth, so we'd be spared. The constellation of Orion is recognized for its one-of-a-kind belt of 3 closely spaced stars. To its top left, Betelgeuse might then turn out to be lots brighter than its current distinguished vicinity within the sky, surpassing critical and growing to the reputation of the nighttime's brightest superstar. Furthermore, it'd even be seen in the course of the day. It might be a sight to witness, and while supernovae might be uncommon, they do appear. For the document, Betelgeuse would finally vanish from the sky, but we'd be handled to a cute nebula. The light shell wouldn't ultimate for terribly long to form the so-called supernova remnants. The gas from the explosion could scatter and journey throughout space, achieving tens of millions of degrees. The leftover materials in the center of the supernova might sooner or later shape a neutron big name, a small particularly dense object made on the whole of neutrons, or a black hollow, wherein gravity is so excessive that not anything can break out from its surroundings. Here's an extraordinary take on the topic of Betelgeuse and its capability explosion. Betelgeuse, also called Alpha Orionis, is a red notable large celebrity placed within the constellation Orion. If Betelgeuse were positioned on the center of our solar device, its outer floor would expand past the orbit of Jupiter. This makes it one of the largest stars visible to the bare eye. In spite of its size, Betelgeuse is an unstable big name nearing the end of its lifestyle cycle. This means that it is able to explode as a first-rate nova at any second. Betelgeuse has long interested astronomers due to its sheer length and variability in brightness. These days, the big name has proven uncommon behavior significantly, a sizable dimming occasion in late 2019 and early 2020. This occasion, termed the high-quality dimming, saw Betelgeuse's brightness drop to levels now not visible in over a century of observations. At the same time as it has due to the fact that returned to its usual brightness, this event sparked substantial speculation about an coming near supernova. The opportunity of Betelgeuse exploding has raised numerous questions. Will we witness this event in our lifetime? What might the explosion appearance like? And what impact would it have on Earth? Allow us to discover the technological know-how in the back of Betelgeuse's potential supernova and what experts like Brian Cox have to say. Physicist Brian Cox has pointed out that the universe is a finely tuned gadget, and enormous occasions like a supernova can have far-reaching consequences. He emphasized the importance of understanding those cosmic activities, as they offer valuable insights into the lifestyle cycles of stars and the dynamics of the universe. Betelgeuse is enormously younger, around 8 to 10 million years vintage. However, red extremely good giants like it have short lifespans because of their rapid intake of nuclear gas. While Betelgeuse exhausts its hydrogen and helium, it will begin fusing heavier factors until its middle cannot guide the gravitational forces. This will lead to a catastrophic collapse, resulting in a fantastic NOA explosion. Supernova are some of the most lively events inside the universe, capable of outshining whole galaxies for a quick duration. If Betelgeuse were to explode, it might become incredibly brilliant, probably rivaling the moon's brightness in our night sky and even being visible during the day. The explosion would produce a mind-blowing mild show lasting for weeks or months. In spite of its dramatic appearance, a supernova explosion of Betelgeuse poses no direct chance to Earth. At a distance of approximately 700 light-years away, it's miles far sufficient to keep away from inflicting dangerous effects to our planet. Rather, it would provide a completely unique possibility for astronomers to examine a supernova up near, enhancing our know-how of stellar evolution and the existence cycle of stars. Betelgeuse's fluctuating brightness is a recognized function of variable stars, But the uncommon dimming located these days was resulting from a combination of factors, such as the celebrity surface interest and the expulsion of a large dust cloud that temporarily blocked its mild. While some fashions endorse Betelgeuse should explode in the next few thousand years, others estimate it might take up to 100,000 years or greater. In cosmic phrases, this is a distinctly short duration, but from a human attitude, it remains uncertain whether or not we will witness this event. Inside the period in between, Betelgeuse remains a subject of intense study. Astronomers use advanced telescopes and devices to monitor its conduct, hoping to trap early symptoms of its impending supernova. Understanding Betelgeuse's lifestyle cycle and its eventual explosion can offer valuable insights into the procedures that shape our universe. In conclusion, Betelgeuse is a fascinating and enigmatic famous person that could explode as a supernova at any time. At the same time as its ability explosion could be a mind-blowing event visible from Earth, it poses no direct hazard to our planet. Alternatively, it offers an incredible possibility for clinical discovery and a deeper know-how of the cosmos. As we retain to study Betelgeuse, we can most effectively wait and look ahead to the instant whilst this large famous person eventually meets its dramatic stop. As humanity seems up at the nighttime sky, stars like Betelgeuse stand out as beacons of marvel and interest. Their huge length, their fiery brilliance, and their cosmic significance captivate our imaginations and compel us to delve deeper into the mysteries of the universe. Betelgeuse mainly holds a unique region in our astronomical attention as a purple excellent giant famous person located in the constellation Orion. Betelgeuse instructions attention now not best for its sheer size but also for its capacity to unharness one of the most powerful and awe-inspiring occasions inside the cosmos, a supernova explosion.